Today marks 1 week since a deadly terror attack at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England. 22 pop music fans, including a lot of kids, killed when that suicide bomber detonated the explosive device. Our former colleague here at KOCO 5, Ariel Reshef, was on the ground in Manchester this week reporting on that attack for ABC News. Abigail Ogle spoke with her about what it's like covering such a tragedy.
Joined now from New York via Skype by my former co-anchor, my very dear friend and Oklahoma native, Ariel Reshef with ABC News Now. Ariel, good to see you and thanks for being with us.
Always good to be with you, Abs.
We know you just got back from Manchester, England. Put us there. I mean, tell us what it was like.
When we first got on the ground, we immediately noticed there was a heightened security presence right outside of our hotel. There were many armed guards, which is unusual in the UK. A lot of the police don't even carry weapons there. So to see armed guards there outside of the hotel, you immediately knew the gravity of the situation. All of our belongings, all of our media credentials, all of our bags with all of our gear were checked, scrutinized when we got inside the hotel, and then we went immediately to Albert Square, which is the town hall area where they were holding a vigil for the victims, and ended up being a turnout of about 10,000 people. So Mancunians, not deterred by the terrorism, they came out in force to express solidarity with the victims and also say that they were coming together as a community.
You and I were texting back and forth while you were there. Time difference, obviously a little bit of a factor, but one thing that you were texting me that stuck out is you just said everybody here is so nice. That really stuck to me is what you said about that community really coming together in this time. When you found out that you were first going to Manchester, what went through your mind? Were you concerned about security? Were you concerned about your safety?
Honestly, that was not a first concern. As a journalist, you jump at the opportunity to tell important stories because this is a story the world needs to hear. And so my first inclination was to say yes, and that's exactly what I did. I was at work at the time, just wrapping up the day, and my boss called, asked me to go, and I jumped on the first plane over to Manchester that we could get booked on. And I'm really glad that I made that decision.
And you have reported in areas where security is a concern. You worked in Israel. You reported on the Israeli border with Gaza during a cross-border escalation. How did this compare to that situation?
We face daily threats across the globe, no matter where we are. It's a sad reality of the world that we live in. And so as a journalist, the first priority is to get on the ground and tell the story. And you know from experience reporting in tornadoes and in other catastrophes that we put our blinders on, so to speak, and we focus on the job at hand. And so I didn't really have time, nor really the concern wasn't really for my own safety. It was really getting on the ground and getting to the facts and making sure that I understood the scope of the story and then being able to broadcast that to the broader society here in the U.S.
What about when that threat level was raised to critical and when they were arresting these people, this network around you? They've arrested several people now, especially now that you're a mom. I mean, you were pregnant, you know, when you were working here at KOCO. You were my co-anchor, and now you have this beautiful toddler. Were you concerned about your safety as a mom?
Of course, my thoughts are always trying to protect myself in order to preserve the relationship with my son, who I adore. But I also know that the most important part of this story was to tell the narrative of the children who were murdered senselessly in this attack in Manchester. So the broader and the more important priority for me at the moment that I was on the ground in Manchester was to make sure that I could adequately paint the picture for Americans about what kind of agony this community was going through, and the fact that I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the fact that we all could face the similar kinds of threats at home. So of course I was thinking of my family, and when I found out about the 8-year-old little girl, Safi Rose Roussos, the first thing I thought of was my son Mayor and how she was only 6 years older than my 2-year-old and was just going to a concert with her family, and how horrendous it is that people enjoying a good night out with family and friends in an innocent capacity were murdered in such a heinous way.
I posted a photo once I found out that you were going to report in Manchester about just how proud all of us are of you and getting this opportunity. And we received so many people also you know, just praising you and so proud of you getting to go do this. And I know you saw those comments. We also got this comment, and I know you wanted to respond to it when I posted that photo. This person said, with all due respect, they really don't need another reporter there. Just let those folks mourn, and why give ISIS more TV time? Sorry, I don't understand. What would be your response to that person?
Well, it's a really important question, and of course I don't shy away from questions that may be a little bit tougher to answer. So my answer to that would be, it is a concern. One of the chief goals of terrorism is to instill fear, and the way that terrorists try to do that is by targeting soft targets like what we saw at a concert hall, and then having the media report on it over and over again. It is atrocities that scare the public in the terrorist minds out of doing the things that they do on a regular basis. But I will say, it is our job as journalists to bring the story to Americans. My job as an ABC News journalist is to bring the story back home and to make sure that Americans see the world that we live in and see the context under which these kind of events occur. And when I got on the ground, the most important thing to me was I talked to Mancunians, the residents of Manchester, about whether or not we were intrusive to their mourning process. It was a concern to me as a mom who empathizes dramatically with those parents that are grieving in the community. And over, resoundingly, they said no. To the contrary, you are comforting. Your presence is comforting. The fact that the world cares what happened here in Manchester is comforting, and we appreciate that you're here at the memorial. You see the spirit of Manchester, and you can report on the fact that we will not bow to terror. You can report on the fact that our community will remain strong in the face of this violence and this atrocity.
I'm glad you mentioned the soft targets. You're the expert here. For those of you who didn't know, Ariel has her master's in counterterrorism diplomacy relations. What is a soft target? What would be the definition there? And when someone attacks, or when a group attacks a soft target, what's the difference between that and something that isn't a soft target? Break that down.
A soft target is anywhere that you, as the public, me as a mom, would visit with my child, or you would go with your friends. So the movie theater, the concert, the check-in hall, as we saw in Brussels, and the airport, anywhere that's easily accessible to anyone in the public. It's not a military installation. It's not targeting any soldiers. It's just you and me. It's civilians just like us who are going about our daily lives. A soft target is a grocery store. You know, it is anywhere that you might go to live your daily life.
Ariel, it's always good to see you. Thank you for your time. I've spoken to so many people who watch you and watch you now on ABC News, and we're proud of you. We are glad you're back home safely, and it's always good to see you.
Thank you. I hope I can talk to you under different circumstances next time. Sure. Hello to Oklahoma.